This is the greatest console ever made. I basically sold off all my stuff like 10 years ago. I picked up a indigo GameCube, which is the one that I used to have. It's in pretty good shape. One common problem with GameCube is that this tends to stick a little bit, the eject button. The console itself is in super good shape. The bottom of the console has all the port covers, which is also a good feature. I am going to try to get the Game Boy player. So I did pick up two games. The first one I picked up, which I've actually never had, is Legend of Zelda, the Collector's Edition. This was like a promotional disc that has 4 games plus a demo of the Wind Waker on GameCube. So it has the first 2 Legend of Zeldas, the originals. It has Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. And I normally would not have gotten this because I didn't play this as a kid, but the condition of this was phenomenal. And it has all the manuals. It's complete in box. The disc has no scratches. It's effectively, it looks brand new, so I was super surprised that it was there. The next one is one that I actually only rented from Blockbuster when I was a kid. I rented it all the time. I just never owned it personally. Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. And honestly, this is just a really fun platformer game if you've never played this game at all. It's kind of like, it's a super underrated game, and it's not really that talked about, but it's really popular with people who either played it or still play it now, do long plays or whatever. This one also is a complete in-box game. It has all the manuals, and the disc comes right out. This one has been played. There's a little bit of scratching on the disc. Nothing too bad though. So the next game that I am going to at least try to look for is Luigi's Mansion. There's a couple things that I want to make sure that are correct with this though. I don't want to find a player's choice one. I want to make sure it's the black label. I want to make sure it's complete in box. Okay, so I'm going to try my best to find it locally at stores as best I can, but there's a little bit more risk. I feel like buying them on eBay, you may have to do a little bit of trial and error to find a disc that's in good condition. But at a store, I feel like you at least can see it and probably demo it in the store if they let you. I'm going to try my best to find a copy of Sunshine. And if I can find it, maybe the not for resale. A couple other games that I'd want to look for sure are Mario Party 4, the first Pikmin, Kirby's Air Ride. There was this kind of obscure like Jimmy Neutron game, Jet Fusion, that was on the GameCube. And I don't know how popular it is, but it's definitely a more obscure game, but it's actually surprisingly fun. Another one is going to be Mario Kart Double Dash. This one's going to be important to get the one, hopefully with the bonus disc. That's my favorite Mario Kart by far. No Mario Kart even comes close. The one for me that comes in second is Mario Kart DS. But the DS and all my collection of games, again, I sold super long time ago. I don't have any of that stuff anymore. I did at one point have a new 3DS XL, but I sold that. So I literally don't have any of my game collections anymore. The big one for me is I'm going to also shop around at different thrift stores, Goodwills, and things like that to hopefully find GameCube games. I never have. I've been to a lot of thrift stores in multiple states, and I've only found one GameCube game everywhere I've gone. Only one, and it was some random Call of Duty 2 game that I had no interest to get. I see PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4. I mean, I see literally everything else except GameCube. GameCube is just so hard to find just out in the wild, and it's just, I don't know, I think it's only going to increasingly become more difficult, especially as the GameCube is like entering into like a retro era. Just, I think of it not as retro because like I grew up with this in early 2000s, but it is over 20 years old, so it's kind of old. There is another game though that I actually have on the Switch, and it's Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, which is another like kind of obscure GameCube game that was not, I wouldn't say it was like super popular, but it's gotten popular now, just like everything has. And they actually remade the first two, I believe, on Switch, but I still want to hopefully buy the physical copy on GameCube if I can find it for pretty cheap. If it's like above $20, I'm probably not going to get it just because I already have the digital one. But if it's like $15, I probably would pick it up. If it's a complete in box. If it's not complete in box, I'm not even going to bother. I never realized how much stuff like it takes to get like a full-on YouTube setup. I mean, just the amount of like cables, I mean, everything you need, just it's a lot. So hopefully we'll have that going into the start or early next year, and then I can hopefully begin making content on some of that, just because it really just interests me, and I like talking about it. So in addition to software engineering, I like to incorporate some like retro, well, I say retro, I don't know if it is retro, GameCube game content on the channel. So that will be like streaming games with commentary over it. I would in the future like to do a Super Mario Sunshine series, because that is my all-time favorite game, and I would like to do it level by level, and just have commentary about different things in the level that you can do, because I feel like I have a pretty solid like understanding of the game. So I feel like I probably could do a level by level playthrough, broken up into individual episodes. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. That could be like a weekly episode I do, which would be, I think that would be fun content, at least to make. I don't know about to watch, but we'll see. Yeah, that's all I got for today. I'll see you in the next one.